Hey guys, and welcome back to Serious Sam Classics Revolution. Today we will be playing Oasis, a level that starts off kinda alright, kinda easy, whatever, and then it just goes harder and harder and harder and harder. So, hopefully we're not gonna die too much. I'm gonna shoot that guy 6 times over there, cause that will kill him. And therefore it's a good idea. Killing that guy spawns a guy all the way on the other side of the goddamn world, but that's fine, because we got plenty of rockets and things to deal with his shenanigans. And now everything's quiet for a while. There's a secret behind this waterfall. I'm just going to trigger it real quick so I don't forget about it. But there's a bunch of ammo there and a little bit of armor as well. I don't currently need either of them, but when we're done in this area, which contains 69 enemies, because of course it does, we're going to go back to that and grab everything that is there. But first, picking up this to spawn some friends, because there's just a bunch of power-ups here which actually spawn stuff, and then there's a bunch which don't, and we're going to just quickly scavenge out everything that does spawn things, and then we're going to spawn the remaining enemies that are hanging out in this place in a nice and safe manner, and we can just pick up whatever we want while we are fighting them, which is nice. Probably don't want to pick this up immediately if you take damage in that last battle, but whatever. I don't make smart decisions. Spawning more dudes like kamikazes, another couple of harpies. We're actually going to sit in the water here for a bit because water makes these guys act a little bit weird. And the Gnar is just going to drown himself, which is kind of depressing really, but it's a very efficient way of dealing with him without him like being able to do anything to you. Like he's like bleeding to the water here because that's how damage looks. And they stop moving entirely. It's all just a bit weird really. But water really confuses enemies, which is maybe why there's not that much of it around enemies usually. Like there's a couple water-based things, although I think more in the second encounter, isn't it? I'm not actually sure now, but either way, they don't like it, and we use that because why not? There's really no reason not to use that to our advantage. Picking up that singular health power-up spawns a bunch of kamikazes all over the place. You gotta know how to deal with those a little bit, but as long as you just follow the screams a bit, you should be entirely okay. I think it only spawns like 10 of them as well, so it's not too big of a deal. This is definitely the easier part of the level. The harder part of the level is very much coming up when we're going inside there, which is really not a place you want to be at any point in your life, but we gotta get the water element. So we're gonna go inside. So first order of business, when we move here-ish, it spawns 2 red biomechanoids, which we're just gonna shoot with rockets a bunch, and it also spawns a bunch of harpies, which isn't really that big of a deal. We got a large open area to deal with these guys. We got plenty of ammo. Doing the moon mountains really increases your like Tommy gun ammo by a large amount as well. But even if you don't do moon mountains, because again you don't have to, it's a secret level, you still get a lot of Tommy gun ammo in this place. And also the enemies you have to deal with currently aren't really that big of a deal. Like you can take these guys down with pistols just as easy if you feel like you're not going to have enough ammo for the later parts. But we did move mountains, and we were at max Tommy gun ammo when we got here, so that's lovely. So that was the first spawn. When we get a little bit closer, it's going to spawn, among other things, a green mutalisk, a bull, and a kamikaze behind you, because of course it spawns a kamikaze behind you, because that's a very good way to efficiently use a kamikaze. Because if you're not ready for it, you're just going to walk into it. It also spawns a lot of other kamikazes as well, but that's the only one that spawns over there for some reason. Not really sure why. Well, I have a hunch why. We're only going to be killing 687 enemies out of like 695, if I remember the number correctly. And there's like a bunch of kamikazes which don't spawn, and I'm not 100% sure if that's in this area or not, but I mean, it is what it is. And what it is missing enemies, unfortunately. So we're going to move forward. It's going to spawn even more dudes when we get even closer, but this time also a rather large amount of clear skeletons, which does make it a little bit tricky, because the amount of clear skeletons it does spawn is rather humongous, so you need to use your rockets, well, as much as you want, really. There's actually quite a lot of rockets in this area as well, and we will probably be okay with using that amount. And that's about it, really. We're just going to keep hanging out here, just use our Tommy gun a lot, because there is still a large amount of Tommy gun ammo just lying all over this place, and might as well make use of it. There's really no reason to get enemies like close to you, because you can just keep picking up ammo until everyone here is dead. No real reason to use risks or scary strategies when you can also just play it safe and just kill everyone from a nice long distance, which is kind of nice, you know? It's kind of nice to not have to hug every single enemy in this game for once in my life on this difficulty. There's still 2 enemies remaining, I think. I'm gonna guess it's 2 clear skeletons that are both over there, but I'm gonna go over here real quick, grab everything underwater over here because there is a bunch of rockets and also Tommy gun ammo waiting for us. This is the ammo I previously spoke about, and there's some armor there as well, which is lovely. In case you needed it. I might go back for that health as well, because our health isn't super high right now. And I kind of want it to be as high as possible when we go into the next area, because the next area is one of the harder parts of this level. If you don't know what you're doing, and if you do know what you're doing, it's still kind of hard, but it's not impossible. Because if you just wander in here on this difficulty, and you go, oh, I'm just going to do that part real quick, it's not... No, it's not really conducive to, like, wanting to be done. It's just, it is nasty. And my strategies for it are kind of dumb. But usually they work, so I'm gonna go with, whatever hopefully works a lot of the time. But we will be running around here for a bit, just grabbing all that stuff. Might as well go in with as much ammo and armor and whatnot as we possibly can. Sadly missing 2 armor, but I think I can live with that. And we got our ammo all the way back up to max, so that is very nice. As you can see, there's still just like at least 200 bullets there, 100 there, and there's just ammo just near enough everywhere here, even after we've killed everything out in the outside over here. So you can just use as much ammo as you want, and you should be okay with doing so. So we're going inside. Anything cool here? I don't think so. There is a line here. Crossing that line starts nastiness. So we're gonna quick save. Now, did I die? I don't know yet. I shouldn't have picked that up yet immediately, actually, but whatever. When we cross this line, it's gonna spawn a red biomechanoid there in about 2-3 seconds. We're gonna run to the middle of that bit, and then we're gonna shoot some rockets and run into that doorway. And the reason for that, it becomes pretty obvious. The reason we stand still is because otherwise this guy like walks slightly awkwardly. And it's kind of hard to explain, but what I mean with slightly awkwardly is that he will basically just start shooting you. And if you don't hit his rockets, then you just die, because he shoots them inside the doorway. And seeing as I don't want to currently die, I want to avoid that from happening. I elected to stand in the middle because it makes him stand still sooner and shoot rockets at you, and then he won't shoot them in the doorway either, and it's all just weird, but it works. So we're pretty low on health. It probably won't matter too much, but I mean, you know, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? But either way, you can hear a lot of clear skeletons. They all spawn here and in the other doorway, and they all run into the middle of that room and start running in circles over there. On Sirius, you can just kill these guys from inside that room. Like, you can basically just kill the red biomechanoid with rockets, and then you can just sort of shoot rockets at both doorways, and you should be fine. On this difficulty, I cannot get that to work, so we're gonna do it this way instead, which is a more consistent method of doing it. Like, by running into this doorway and killing a lot of the clear skeletons that spawn from this side, you end up killing a lot of the enemies that you have to kill that way. And it's nice. You can actually shoot grenades around the corner like this as well. This is actually the first time we got the grenade launcher in this game, so I probably should be talking about it at least a little bit. But with the grenades, you can shoot around walls, you can shoot around, like, things. They explode for a reasonably large amount of damage, but I don't like them that much. They deal more damage to me usually than other enemies, and it's kind of hard to aim, and sometimes they just stand still in front of enemies, and it's just all kind of awkward. Also, this guy can't walk through doorways. And I'm, like, finishing this tangent because the reason for that is that this guy spawns the moment you kill him, which I want to make sure that I don't die to him, because that would make me really quite sad. I'm actually going to quick save here, because I'm actually, like, okay with how that, like, worked out, how all of that went. So I'm actually not too displeased by how things are going. And they're actually all dead. Wow, look at that. Pretty happy about that. So we're not nearly done here yet. We still got a long way to go, but at least we can chill out for a bit. We can grab some ammo, we can grab some health, we can grab some more health, we can grab some more ammo. Well, we can't grab that one, but whatever. So first of all, I'm going to quick save here again because I don't like to walk back. I'm going to walk in here, and there is like a thing there, and the thing is a nasty thing, because if you look at the thing, it's invisible, I'm pretty sure. Then 2 clear skeletons spawn over there. If you do it again, it happens again. I don't know why it happens twice, but it's just one of those things that is made in this level. If you stand still in that area and just fight the like arachnoid, you just get like attacked by all those 4 guys, and it's not really something I want to deal with, so I won't quite easily. Also, I'm going to destroy that thing because I feel like it, and I think it's necessary. I'm actually not sure if that's necessary, but I feel like it is. This is a secret. You can hear a bunch of spawny noise, and it's actually just a secret sound attack secret. It only makes sounds. It's not actually really spawning things. Quick saving again because I'm scared. This is a less nice one. I'm going to pick this up. We do actually need to pick that up for a secret as well, I do believe. And if not, then at least you need to pick it up to spawn this little dude over here. And once again, we deal with it the same way as we dealt with the other one, which is where you just walk into a doorway and he can't really do anything. If you don't walk into a doorway, then he will shoot you with a rocket and you probably just die, and it's just not a situation you want to be in. So, there's a clear skeleton around this corner because we killed that first red biomechanoid, I believe. I think that's when he spawns. I want to say that's when he spawns. And now we're going to touch this thing, and I'm actually quite happy I'm at full health so I don't have to waste it. And go into the corner over here. And I hope that I'm doing this correctly. So you can sort of stand in the corner here and just shoot up. For some reason, they all jump nice. Like in a nice manner. This is not something that the Marsh Hoppers usually do. But these particular ones actually jump in quite a favorable way into this corner. So you can shoot all of them up there. They will eventually fall down, but for some reason they get stuck there and then sort of float down gracefully. It's really quite odd, but it works for us. And if you really like green goo falling on your face, then this is just like the best way of doing it. There's also a bunch of Marsh Hoppers over there. Over there. That's the sound I wanted to hear. And then there's 3 Gnars stacked on top of each other behind that pillar over there. I'm going to shoot 2 grenades. One should blow up the other, and it will insta-kill all of them. If you don't shoot 2 grenades, it actually won't kill them, which is kind of hilarious. But you can use grenades to blow up other grenades, and having 2 there will actually blow up both of them. So I'm picking up this 1 armor shard, because this armor shard, the 1 health power-up, and blowing up the statue, and I think the sound attack secret, I think those are the ones you need to trigger to spawn the secret bouncer and open the secret door. And I should currently be at 4 secrets? Yeah, 4 secrets out of 6. Because, yeah. And picking up that armor shard also spawns a bunch of clear skeletons in this area as well, so you gotta be careful of that. But I want to open up the secret door and also spawn the secret bouncer, because it actually leads to quite a nice area, and I want to go to the nice place. So that's exactly what we're going to do. It spawns a lot of clear skeletons as well. You can't really just pick it up and then run back into that area. Like, you really need to like do this carefully, because otherwise you're just going to get overwhelmed a lot. And it's just not great at all. It's not a great experience for anyone involved. I'm actually going to use my Tommy gun on this dude, because I don't really have a reason not to. We're going to get some extra ammo for the gun as well anyway. There should be 2 more, yeah. That is that, and that is that. So the secret door that opens is over there. The secret bouncer that spawned is over here, and they count as 2 separate secrets. Interestingly enough, this does not count as a secret, but it is something you kind of want to get, because it's really, 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 really good. And I like really, 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 really good things, and that's why we are getting it. Plus, it actually makes the next area viable, so that's also a pretty good reason to pick it up, if I do say so myself. So walking forward down this hallway, it's going to very inconspicuously spawn a clear skeleton over there. He just appears, because of course he does. And that leads us to the next area. Picking up that 1 health spawns that thing. I'm actually kind of curious about something. Interesting. So you do need to actually touch that to spawn that one over there. And picking this up spawns 2 clear skeletons over here, and then it spawns a whole bunch coming from that direction. You can probably just keep running, but killing all these clear skeletons spawns another health power-up, which is, it can be useful. I don't really see a situation where you would specifically want to go for this one, but if you arrive at this area, I guess with like less than 50 health, it's kind of okay to try and get your health as high as possible. So I guess that's why it's there. I don't know. I actually genuinely have no idea. But whatever. We are just doing this because I want to kill as many enemies as possible. I'm just going to quickly check that we actually did kill someone, because I thought there was someone running over here, but it might have just been like dead, clear skeleton limbs. But it does spawn this extra 50 health over here, which can be useful in some instances. I'm going to quick sit here real quick, but I'm going to keep talking because I'm probably not going to die here. I'm going to pick this up because it's good. I'm not going to pick that up just yet. We're going to shoot this. Then we're going to pick up the health, or except we're not, but we're going to touch the health. Then we're going to walk back again. This is actually a secret I missed the first time I played through this on the cameras. Because it's kind of specific. Like, it only triggers when you touch the health and then go back again. I think if you pick up the ammo, it doesn't trigger it at all. Which is awkward, but that's how it is. Picking up either of these two ammo power-ups spawns a fairly large amount of marsh hoppers. I'm going to kill them with the minigun because we're playing an I Am Ugh-Zan, and that means they die in 2 hits, and there's quite a lot. Plus, this bag is going to give us 500 bullets, which will max us out. And I'm going to quick save here and hope that I don't die, because this is a kind of tricky room, and my strategy for it is not very consistent. So, we're going to pick this up. This is going to give us a lot of ammo for everything. Let's get serious. And this is probably one of the more notorious rooms that is in the first encounter, because it's probably the hardest one. For, like, up to this point, at least, for sure. If you're not ready for it. Because it sort of just comes out of nowhere, and you need to know how to deal with this quantity of nonsense. Plus, another thing the game doesn't really tell you, because why would it? It is actually a 3-phase battle against these guys. First of all, it spawns a whole bunch of dudes from 3 spawners over there. Once you are done with those 3, it has 8 spawners in the room, which all have to spawn all of their enemies before it goes on to the next phase. So we're just going to sit in this corner, hope we don't get, like, burning to death or something like that. But we're going to mostly focus on the spawner that is right in front of us. And once all the enemies from that spawner are dead, we can actually take care of most of these guys from a distance, and that is really quite nice for our situation. There's a bunch of ammo just near enough everywhere in this place right now. I'm not going to focus on that just yet, but I do probably want to go for that at some point, once there's less spawners still active, because the ammo becomes kind of important. I'm using the minigun for this. I think on near enough every other difficulty you can use any other, like the Tommy gun for sure, but on this difficulty it's just really nice to have a minigun for this part. I'm not picking up the health in the middle just yet, even though my health is a little bit low, because it spawns a nonsensically large amount of extra enemies. And I don't want to deal with those right now, so we're not going to do that. I'm actually quite happy how this is going so far. I think we should be okay, but we're just going to keep moving on, killing these remaining spawners. And I'm standing in this corner right now, like next to this wall, because it's going to make the next part a little bit easier. So this is the 3rd phase, where it just spawns from like a bunch of other spawners. And we're going to try to stand next to this wall as much as possible, because there's a bunch of marsh hoppers that actually just stand still in front of the front door right now. Like where we entered, and not having to deal with them makes it a little bit easier. It's not like excessively much easier right now, but there's just a few less enemies we have to deal with at the same time while standing over here, so we might as well make advantage of that, take that to our advantage or whatever. And I think the rest we can probably do this with the Tommy gun, honestly. There's I think just 2 marsh hoppers right now standing in front of the like door over there, and when we kill them it should spawn a couple more. There we go. But that actually went surprisingly well. I'm actually genuinely surprised that I haven't probably had to edit anything yet, because usually this level, man, it took some practice to get to the point where I can sort of do this consistently. I'm going to quick save here again, because picking this up, as I said, spawns a rather obnoxiously large amount of stuff. It even starts the battle music again, because I mean, it is a battle. It's not really the same battle music, I guess, but it is still battle music. I'm standing over here again, because there is just that many enemies, and there's also just a bunch of enemies, again, in the front door area sort of place. And not having to deal with them all at the same time just makes this a lot more viable. Like, picking this up during the battle just makes that battle impossible, I think. It's just not doable at all. And I'm going to try to shoot a rocket there, and one over there. And there's still just a whole bunch alive, but that's, like, reasonable. This is something we can deal with. That actually went really okay. Also, this door opens. You gotta run through the door. Eventually, it closes by itself, and then I don't think it ever opens again. Which isn't great. But once you're past it, it closes, and you don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm actually at 134 armor. I think that's the best I've ever done that room in my life. I'm gonna quick save here again so we don't lose it all. Because there's one more hallway remaining. There's gonna be some enemies that spawn in this hallway, but it's not. This is by far like one of the easier parts of the level. Spawns that guy. Then it spawns a bigger version of that guy, and we're just gonna walk back a bit. And then it spawns a red biomechanoid, and we can just take care of him like this, because again, there's really no reason to be risky about this. With 8 rockets over there, I mean, we might as well just use like 3 bullets on that last guy. And it spawns one Marsh Hopper, and killing that Marsh Hopper spawns a whole bunch of froggies. And we're gonna take care of the froggies over there first, and then hope we don't get overrun over here. I'm actually just gonna run sort of in circles around here, hoping that I don't take too much damage. That went okay. That went okay. It went reasonable. You can do that without taking damage for sure, but sometimes it goes wrong. Once you've killed the last enemy, it spawns an armor over there, so it's a nice little point of, okay, good, I'm done. And that's it. That went really well. I'm actually genuinely, like, again, genuinely surprised how well that actually went. Because, man, it took me 2 weeks to record this. Like, there was some things, like, stuck that, well, some just real life stuff that stopped me as well. But, man, it took me a while to figure this level out in a way where it was actually, like, viable to do it. And even then, I still quick saved all over the place. Just to make sure that I didn't die, but yeah, wow. Fancy that. Fancy that. So that was Oasis. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We got the water elemental next time we play. We're going to be doing Junes, which is pretty fun. Also pretty difficult. Gonna be a good time. Hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.